Hi, you're watching Floyd Steinberg's YouTube channel, and this is a quick update on the MEDO synthesizer. In the meantime, Donna really fixed the MEDO synth app, so now we can edit our own synth sounds on the MEDO, which is nice. If you don't know what this is and watch this video first, this is a 5-track looper groovebox synth gadget from Donna, released some days ago, and when I made my video review I wasn't too fond of the non-functional synth editor, so yeah, I'm quite happy to report it's fixed now. Let's take a look at this. So this is connected as a MIDI controller here at the moment, so I can play notes here, and the sound is actually coming from the MEDO synth app, which is captured by my Windows screen capture software, so there might be some problems with the audio over the course of this video, but I was too lazy to set up my audio recorder, so apologies for that. Let's take a look at this. We've got two oscillators, we've got LFO, we've got a filter, we've got two amp envelopes that we can use, we've got a filter envelope that we can use, and it's also possible to morph the sound from one wave shape to the other. I want to create an evolving pad today, a filter sweep pad. This is a simple thing to do, but because I won't need to use the sound morphing, let's try that first and then reset it. So here's oscillator 1 active at the moment. You can see this in the mixer here. And now what you can do is you can choose between two wave shapes, square and saw. And let's use square here. We can change the starting type of the wave and the end shape. And then we can adjust the time that the synth needs to move from this to this shape. Let's listen to this now. You can see it's moving from the saw wave-like structure to the triangle wave in the given amount of time. We can accelerate this, or we can also decelerate the process. And we can also do pulse width modulations. There you can hear that's the typical PWM sound there. That's a thing you can do. Let's bring up oscillator 2 now. And I want to detune this slightly so we have a fuller sound. Oh, let's keep the PWM here, it's nice. Okay, now you can see oscillator 1 is controlled by VCA1 and oscillator 2 is controlled by VCA1 as well. Let's leave it this way. I'm just going to create a pad here, but it's good to know you can apply two different amp envelopes to both oscillators. I want a little bit longer attack time here. And a little bit longer release time. Maybe a little bit shorter now. And let's also use decay time and a peak. Alright, so now we have this pad we can play. Okay, let's take a look at a vibrato now. A little bit of vibrato on the second oscillator, so we have this slightly moving sound, which sounds nice in my ears. That's the tiniest amount of vibrato there. Let's reduce LFO rate. So we can have two speed ranges for the LFO. 0 is slow and 1 is fast, and then you can also adjust the rate here with this knob. You can also adjust the octave you're playing in. And yeah, we have ring modulation. I won't use that, or I will use it ever so slightly. And we can also add noise. So now I could use VCA2 to control the noise here. So I want this to give a little thud at the beginning. So we have a fast attack for that and a fast decay. Now we have this burst of noise and there in the start of the sound. Okay, now let's move to filter. I want this to do a filter sweep every time I play a note, so let's dial down cutoff frequency all the way. Now we don't hear anything. Now let's increase envelope modulation all the way up, so like this. Now we can use the attack time here to do a filter sweep. Okay, now let's also adjust release time, so we have a little bit more of that, and perhaps dial down the sustain just a little bit and add some decay here, so that we have a peak of the filter. Maybe increase this just a little bit, and let's not start at 0 here with the cutoff frequency, just a tiny little bit of filter cutoff frequency at the start, and dial down the envelope modulation a little bit, and now we should have this. A little bit of resonance would sit well here, so let's add a little bit of this. Nice, and now let's add a little bit of delay and reverb. And I think the reverb on this Windows app is a little bit broken. It adds noise to the sound that won't be there on the actual hardware itself. So let's dial this up. What you can do now is to use the sensors built into the MEDO to control, for example, filter cutoff frequency or other things. So, for example, I could use the slide function, which registers finger movement on the pads, for example, to modulate the pulse width. So let's choose this here for oscillator 1, because that's the one with the pulse wave. And yeah, let's increase this a bit. Once you're done with the sound, we can just send this to the MEDO. Or we can export this and save it to the MEDO library as a chord sound. So let's call this filter sweep and confirm. And this will now be saved in the cloud for future use. And you can also share it with other users in the Donner control app. Let's take a look at that. Let's go to the MEDO here now. Now I need to log in because this app still doesn't remember my login. Sign in. All right, now we can browse other users' creations here or browse preset sounds, drum, bass, chords, lead, sample. Let's go to the demo page, and here you can see your track, and it will now load all the recorded data here. And what you can do here is you can save this song for future use. You can adjust the MEDO settings, and if you click here, you can also change the drum kits and drum sounds and the chord sounds, lead sounds in your user samples. Click this icon down here and adjust quantization and volume and reverb. You can also go to the collection and browse your own samples and sounds, and you can see here in the synth tab, here are all the sounds I created so far. And you can now send them to the MEDO and use them in future tracks. You'll also set the color of the LED buttons here. I think that's it. Kudos to Donner for fixing this so fast. Is the MEDO better now? Yes, of course it is. Please watch my previous video to get an impression what this box can do. I'll just add a short jam here with the sounds I created. Yeah, thanks for watching. Have a good day.